Hello, I'm Craig Smith from Highlight, and today in this short video I've been asked to represent a managed service partner working with an enterprise customer on how Highlight can be used to deliver and enhance your connectivity. So with that, I'm going to put myself into a small to medium large enterprise shoes of an IT director working with a provider on how Highlight can be used. So let's jump into the platform and have a look. So I'm Bill, and I run a small chain of restaurants, and I've been working with my service provider KFE Services, and they've been delivering to me standard connectivity using DIA and MPLS services for my on-net and off-net services. But in the changing world of SD-WAN, I've gone down the road of now adopting SD-WAN deployment, and I wanted KFE to deliver not only the traditional view of the network, but also enhance the services so that I get a good top-down view of what's going on within my restaurants. So working with my partner, KFE, as my provider of connectivity, and also, in this case, my provider of my SD-WAN services, what they've been able to do is take a traditional network deployment like we've got here with my locations. Near my locations I've got my routers, and they've been able to give me, as the enterprise client, SD-WAN visibility. So now I can see here we've got my Cisco Meraki SD-WAN controllers deployed with my MX devices in my locations. So from a single point of view and a top-down view, I've now got the capability to see in any of my locations both my traditional network connectivity and my SD-WAN connectivity. Here in Hawley branch, on the right hand side of my strip chart, I can see my backup ADSL2 broadband, which is delivering standard DIA, and now we can see I've got an SD-WAN broadband primary. So now I've got my dual path, and SD-WAN is going to take care of path selection for me. But also, from a top-down view, I get a view of everything in my estate. So working with KFE, we implemented the ability to monitor not only obviously the routers, but also the LAN switches, so I can have a look at my switch port monitoring. And the switches we manage, not my provider, however, it's in the same portal, so I've got a view of not only the network connectivity, but also my switch ports, and I can see which ones are on and working and which ones are off. So I can do that first line triage without calling the provider to say the network's not working. However, while working with the provider, we were also able to extend the capability to, as I said, my on-net and off-net services. So as Bills in my restaurant, I rely on two things, my point of sale system and my reservation system. So we implemented some performance tests for our point of sale system from the various branches, so I can get a view of the traffic throughput from the branches and restaurants all the way to my cloud point of sale service. And we did the same for our reservation. Now the reservation is slightly different in that I'm doing a HTTP test from an agent, but also I know that I rely on the on-prem service as well. So going back to looking at a branch, so if we take Hawley for instance again, we can see, yes, there's my broadband which is running, and yes, it's running a test to the Guildford restaurant, is running a ping test to the cloud services, but I'm getting a view of everything. So the LAN side, which is the switch, the access points that's running here, because we've also deployed AeroNet Wi-Fi. So when a branch calls me and says, I'm having a problem, as a enterprise service desk for my clients, I can see exactly what's going on before calling my service provider KFE service to say there's something wrong with the network. So hopefully you can see by enhancing what is capable within Highlight, you're able to get a view of not just a traditional underlay network, which is your connectivity, but also now an overlay of the path selection. So if you've got the primary and the backups in there, then you've got the ability to monitor not only the throughput, so that's the standard bandwidth in and out, but where you've got connectivity to the outside world and you want to actually capture flow data, we can actually turn on flow and capture the conversation. So now you get some more in-depth analysis on your network as to who's using it, what's using it, and you can cross and relate to exactly what's going on. In this example here, yes, I'm having a problem I'm doing a UDP echo test to my central internet breakout, It's a little bit slow, it's a little bit laggy, so if anybody's complaining about internet connectivity, I know it's not the connection, but it's potentially some congestion on that exit point of my network. So, working with KFE services as a managed provider of services and understanding our business critical applications, they were able to then modify our view of Highlight because we see what they see. And as first point of call, my restaurants are going to be calling my service desk to get an understanding of what's going on, having a view of not only the LAN, the WAN, the underlay, and the overlay SD-WAN. I'm able then to pass on exactly the right information to my service provider to say, listen, I think there's a problem here. Can you have a look at it to determine whether it actually is the network that's causing the problem, or it could be path selection with the SD-WAN, or a off-net cloud service that's causing a problem. So I hope you can see that by using Highlight in monitoring all the different aspects of your managed deployed services, you can get that top-down view and enhance the capability of your connectivity. Thank you for your time, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you have any further questions, please reach out to us using the contacts through your service provider, or contact Highlight directly and we'll be able to answer some of your questions. Thank you for your time.